My boyfriend slipped and said, "Our kid," and a loud toy dinosaur forced the real talk we avoid. My boyfriend accidentally hinted at us having kids one day, and it caught both of us off guard. We were at Target on a normal Sunday afternoon doing our usual grocery run. We've been together 2 years, so the routine is easy. He grabs the cart, I keep the list on my phone, and we move aisle to aisle without thinking. Everything felt normal until we cut through the toy section to reach paper towels and napkins. He stopped so suddenly the cart squeaked, and I almost walked into him. I turned around, ready to ask what was going on, and he was staring at a shelf of stuffed animals. Then he reached out and picked up a bright green dinosaur with a ring in its belly, the kind you squeeze. He smiled in this quiet, private way, and I hadn't seen that look before. I asked why he was holding a toy, and he said his nephew used to carry one everywhere when he was little. He told me the kid would make it roar at people in restaurants, then laugh until his face went red. His voice got soft while he talked, and I could tell it was a real memory. Then he squeezed the dinosaur. It roared so loud it echoed down the aisle. An older couple turned. A mom pushing a stroller stopped. An employee glanced over. My boyfriend and I laughed because it was impossible not to. He put it back on the shelf, still grinning, and I thought we'd keep walking, but he picked it up again and checked the price tag. $12.99. I asked, "Why are you checking that?" Because his nephew is 12 now and doesn't even want toys. He didn't joke. He looked at me and said, "We should get it. Our kid would probably love it too." The second he said "our kid," his face went red and his eyes went wide. He hurt himself a beat late. He tried to shove the dinosaur back, but his hands were shaking and he missed the shelf. It hit the floor and started roaring again and again as it bounced. Now people were really staring. My boyfriend started apologizing to everyone at once, including the dinosaur. "I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean to make it weird. I'm sorry," he kept saying. The employee started walking toward us, and my boyfriend panicked more. He bent down to grab it, fumbled, grabbed it, fumbled again, and it roared each time it hit the floor. I was trying not to laugh because he looked completely mortified. Finally, he got it, holding it with both hands, breathing fast. So I took it from him and put it in our cart. He froze and stared at me, confused and stunned. Right then, the employee reached us and asked if we needed help. My boyfriend stuttered, and I jumped in and said, "We're all good, sorry about the noise." The employee nodded and walked away, and the staring finally stopped. I said, "We can't leave it after that scene." Then I said, "And you're not wrong." I made myself say, "They'd probably love it," and I held his eyes so he knew what I meant. He didn't answer right away. Then he squeezed my hand once, and then we just kept shopping. We finished the rest of the trip mostly quiet. Not awkward quiet, just quiet. He kept glancing at the dinosaur in the cart, then back at me. I could tell he wanted to talk, but he kept swallowing the words. I pretended to read my list, but my hands were warm and shaky. Every time we passed someone in an aisle, I could see him fighting a smile. At checkout, the cashier picked up the dinosaur and accidentally squeezed it while scanning. It roared again. The guy behind us jumped, and my boyfriend finally laughed for real. Outside in the parking lot, we loaded the bags into the car. After the trunk shut, my boyfriend leaned on the bumper and asked, "Are you freaking out?" His voice shook a little. Did I mess everything up by saying that? I told him the only thing freaking me out was that he thought I hadn't been thinking about it too. I admitted I'd been thinking about it for months, but I didn't know how to bring it up without scaring him. He nodded, swallowed, and said he'd been thinking about it since we moved in together 6 months ago. He said he didn't want to pressure me or make it sound like it had to happen on one exact timeline. So we got in the car, shut the doors, and sat there with groceries in the back and the dinosaur in the seat between us. We talked about what we'd need to feel ready and what we were scared of. He asked if I meant it when I said they. I said yes. He let out a long breath and his shoulders dropped. Then he picked up the dinosaur, squeezed it once, it roared, and I leaned over and kissed him. Now he's saying I trapped him by buying the dinosaur. Was I wrong?